Add the internet to this sort of global crime, and stopping these international criminals gets even harder. Whether online illicit traders are pushing guns, drugs, or pharmaceuticals. Just ask Mark Kolowich. Before he was arrested for the sale of counterfeit drugs, Kolowich was the head of an illicit online pharmacy based in San Diego.
The internet is an amazingly easy place to come up with an idea very quickly, and of course, if you hit the bullseye, you can make a lot of money very quickly.
This is not amateur hour in international crime. These are sophisticated, intelligent, innovative people.
Kolowich's idea was simple. He bought bogus cut-rate Viagra from pharmacies in Tijuana, Mexico, then sold it at much higher prices to customers around the world. Whereas most smugglers would see the border as an obstacle, Kolowich saw it as an opportunity to make money. Based on his own assessment, he was prepared to take risks and drive to Mexico and back every day.
The border is basically all profiling, and if you don't fit into that suspicious profile, myself being middle class, driving a fairly decent car, you move very easily back and forth across that border. They move up and through the lines, and those dogs are their primary sort of like first warning. And if you're carrying Viagra, there's nothing to be worried about. There's no scent. Of course, I may have 10,000 illegal Viagra in my front seat, but it's not like, 10 kilos of cocaine. So sure makes a difference, and it keeps you calm.
Borders illustrate the problems of stopping illicit trade. At San Isidro, Kolowich was in only one of some 50,000 cars that crossed every day.
National borders are great for traffickers, but they are a nightmare for law enforcement.
One of the most fortified borders in the world is between North Korea and China. Even here, drugs, weapons, and trafficked women somehow get across.
We all agree that the bad guys always have the advantage because they don't have rules, they don't have regulations. They can buy the most powerful weapon. They can corrupt the most incorruptible official. They can spend money in ways that we can never imagine.
In his first year of business, Kolowich says he made $1 million.
Sales went through the roof. That then led to other drugs, Lipitor, Celebrex, Xanacal, I'm trying to think what else.
Mark is a perfect example of today's cyber criminal. What's the opportunity? How can I exploit it?
With the money rolling in from almost 65,000 customers, Kolowich could afford a dream lifestyle, all paid for with dirty money.
We used to go helicopter skiing in Mount Whistler up in British Columbia. I chartered yachts in Cabo San Lucas. I had somebody I hired to scout the country for good wines. It wasn't uncommon to go out to dinner and spend $1,000, $1,200.
He even bought a top-of-the-line Porsche, complete with a vanity plate. After 5 years, Kolowich had created an international network. Fakes from India were transshipped through Mexico, went on to San Diego. In the same period, he claims he made $24 million. Ultimately, his own technology helped to bring him down. One of his staff quit his job and was allowed to take an office computer with him. When he later pawned the laptop, a technician found details of his dubious drug transactions and shared them with the FBI and U.S. Customs. He was convicted on 2 felony counts and served nearly 3 years in prison. Kolowich used the internet to sell his product, but had to ship it by more traditional means, in his case, via DHL or U.S. mail.